My ass.
My ass.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh
I
boy.
had to painstakingly fucking make that sound bite.
Oh, I think we're live. We have to be.
Just got the notification for it.
Yeah, we totally
Oh,
live.
you did?
We are. What's up, G-Show Land, and welcome to another live stream of the G-Show podcast. Oh, listen, I'm lost. It's late. This is a late stream. I've been up all fucking day and worked late, and I had to get on because you know what? It wouldn't be a Friday night if I didn't live stream. For now, what is this? The fourth week in a row. But ladies and gentlemen, this is not a Godzilla block party. No! Welcome to the Geek Out, where we are going to talk so much stuff about that Transformers 1 trailer that dropped and a bunch of other stuff. So stick around. We're going to get into it. But before we do, let me introduce you to the co-hosts. Tonight, the cohorts. JR. How the hell are you?
Good, tired. Batman was a bum. He was being mean, so I whooped his ass. God, last night I had some fun watching Transformers. What was it? Age of Extinction?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh God, I've got things to say. Let's just say I really held back, I feel like, truly, with what I was saying last night about the Michael Bay Transformers movies and what I think about all of these movies so far. So.
Oh,
yeah.
I can't wait to commence the bashing. Also joining us for the first time on a live stream, if I'm not mistaken, we've got Shinrob, aka Robotron. Robotron. Yes, that'll work.
Oh, hey. How's it going? Robotron here. Your favorite Transformer is shit.
Oh, it seems to be.
That's all I have to say.
It seems to be that case. Let's look. Real quick, special shout outs to Gam because Gam is another diehard Transformer fan, and unfortunately Gam's still at work because I had to work late. But hopefully he joins us on a break. I'm pretty sure there's a break coming up within the next half hour or so we could get Gam's on here. But let's talk Transformers. Robots in disguise, more than meets the eyes, the greatest cartoon of 1984. Oh boy. Transformers 1. I gotta be honest, I can't lie. It started off and I thought it was kind of cool. I was like, they're really gonna show this trailer in space. And yes, there was a 55-minute balloon launch that went into space with a TV set and a fucking PC hardwired in, and they did it. They showcased the trailer in space. So props to that. I gotta give credit to where credit is due. I thought that was insane, but they did it. That being said, there was no reason for it. I mean, they're not on the Ark. They're not flying to Earth. They're not crash landing. They're not in space. They're on Cybertron. And I mean, oh God, I got so much to say. But I'm not gonna start. I'm gonna let Rob start, because I know, Rob, you've been stewing also.
Yeah. I don't know how to really put into words what it felt like watching it for the first time, because I was actually pretty excited for Transformers 1. Like, the idea, the prospect, animated, it's like, oh, this sounds like it's got the guys to be really good, and it just kind of went over like a limp balloon. The voice cast is cherry-picked celebrities that I feel don't fit the characters whatsoever. Visually, the movie looks nice. I hate how the main characters look, but like the world in and of itself, very nice, really pretty. Not exactly happy that Junkie XL is going to be scoring the movie because Jesus, tap dancing Christ. And just like overall, it just feels like Transformers, the kids movie, we're trying very hard to be funny. And I don't know, man. I know it's not made for me, but I've sat down and watched things that weren't technically made for me, and I've enjoyed myself. And this just, I don't know. The first trailer really ain't doing it for me, fam. Not at all.
No, I'm with you in that regard. The biggest thing that caught me, like that made me angry, because I really do like this guy. I really like this guy. Okay, I love Bernie in the GVK GXK. I love Bernie, right? Brian Tyree Henry, I love him. But as Megatron, no, that doesn't even rock. That doesn't even feel right. If he was Jazz, let's say he was Jazz. I don't want to be stereotypical, but let's say he was Jazz. I buy it 1,000%. I tattoo him on my neck. I swear to God. But as the Cybertronian that's eventually going to become Megatron, I don't buy it. And like you said, it's Transformers the Kids movie. The jokes, I mean, granted, they're not Michael Bay jokes, and good God almighty, we'll get into Michael Bay later. They're not Michael Bay jokes, but they're definitely Marvel jokes. They're definitely signs of the time. I will say, though, I do like Chris Hemsworth as Orion Pax. He's kind of got a pre-Cullen voice thing going on there, so I didn't mind that. But is that John Hamm as Bumblebee? Because he does he does a Batman voice, and I'm just like, this is terrible.
I think it's Keegan-Michael Key as Bumblebee.
Oh, no, don't tell me that. I love that guy, too. Fuck. Best part of Predators. Or The Predator. The Predator. God.
Yeah, The Predator.
Yeah, that's terrible. Ugh.
I don't know. Somebody might have to fact check me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's him as Bumblebee.
Wait, hold up. Hang on. I'm stupid. I have it right here. It is. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
All right.
John Hamm is Sentinel Prime. Okay. I can't lie. I do kind of like Scarlett Johansson as Alita 1.
Yeah.
I do.
Like, I can see and feel that for sure. It's just, I understand they're supposed to be the younger iterations of the characters with a little more hope in their step, spring in their voice, the whole 9 yards, but
yeah.
Oh man. especially Megatron.
And I like no, let me not say that. I respect what they're trying to do. Showing Prime and Megatron before they were them and their relationship like brothers, but this misses the mark on every fucking level. Now again, the trailer plays out and it totally plays out like a kids movie. It plays out like a what's the studio that makes those stupid ass yellow thing movies? What are those yellow things?
Illumination.
It plays.
Illumination.
Yeah, it plays out like an Illumination trailer. I hate that. I hate it. The animation is dope. Don't get me wrong. I love the animation in it, but I hate where they're going with it. And now, granted, again, it's for the kids. But here's my thought. As an OG Transformer fan that was alive when that fucking cartoon came out for the very first time, and I was at the age where it hypnotized me and had me. And, oh, mama, give me Transformer toys. Isn't this like you're playing to my children, right? But you have to play to me because you see, if this shit don't convince me, I'm not taking my kids to see it. So I think Hasbro did this backwards. I really do think Hasbro I think they got this wrong. I don't think this is gonna do what they think, and unfortunately, that's a damn shame. We're gonna break the trailer down a little bit more, but JR, what was your initial reaction?
Oh, it looks like shit.
Okay, there we go.
It just looks stereotypical modern day animated movie made for kids. They all blur together. It looks like the Mario movie. It looks like Despicable Me. It's got the humor of a Marvel movie. I hate everything in this trailer, and I'm not a big Transformers fan. Y'all know me. I like Probably none of the Transformers movies, but that's because, they're all kind of shit. Except I haven't seen Bumblebee, I haven't seen Rise of Beasts. Talking Michael Bay. I haven't seen the original animated, but that's the thing that pisses me off. 2, the original animated Transformers movies is hailed as the best Transformers media ever, right? And then you do this shit, it's almost fucking disrespectful. It's almost insulting. Because back in the day, that movie was made for children, made for grown-ups, whatever. This movie, it's like, it kind of shits on that. It shits on the legacy of it. Where the original movie has mature themes and all of that stuff. There was camp and goofiness, but it's of its time. This just seems dumb and for the sake of being dumb. I don't know what this movie's trying to do either.
I like no, go ahead.
I just don't get this trailer. I don't get where it's going. Who is this directly appealing to? Because if it's the children, I 100% agree with you, G1. The hardcore fans aren't going to go see this. They're not going to take their kids to go see this because this isn't the animated Transformers movie that should exist. What they should do is make an animated Transformers film that has mature themes, has some comedy, but is Transformers through and through. Kind of like the one that came out in the 80s.
It's funny you say, who was this made for? Well, the original Transformers movie was made to push toys, right? That's why they killed off the original cast, and let's bring in a brand new cast. We got to make toys.
Still had mature themes in it.
Yeah, no.
Still appealed.
That's where I'm going, because this movie's called Transformers, right? But only 4 of them transform. So where are you going with the fucking toys?
Yeah.
It pisses me off. Again, I think this was a mistake. This was terrible. And all they had to do was watch the first 7 minutes of Bumblebee and say, that's the movie we got to make. And it's game on, baby. Game on. And
you know what the most
crazy?
And the most disappointing thing about this too is we are out of the Michael Bay verse. We're out of it. And watching this trailer, it just makes me feel like we're still there. We're still just there because no one's quite 100% got it yet. You know what I mean? I still feel like this is that. It's just, I know Michael Bay's hand's not in it, but it still feels like that. Nothing's changing my mind on it. And that's his fault. That's the studio's fault. But like watching this, it's like I still can't take it away.
I couldn't go as far as saying this feels like Michael Bay. I mean, for children, Michael Bay, yes, because the jokes and the quick witty shit. But like Michael Bay completely ruined the franchise. But he was making billions of dollars. So, on one hand, fuck you, Michael Bay. And on the other hand, thank you for keeping Transformers in the public eye for the last 20 years, right? So, I mean, like, you really can't shit on the dude. But you can, as a fan, we can absolutely shit on it. I will say with the character designs, I disagree a little bit with you, Rob. I kind of dig the way they look. Because you can see where they're going to be. But that being said, for the love of God, why this? Why this? I mean, look at the thumbnail. Look at this picture I got. Like, they literally have holes in their chest where the spark is gonna go. Why do we do that? What is going? And that spark is gonna be a spark plug because it's the genesis of transformation. That's not lore. That's not.
And here's the.
It drives me crazy.
And here's the other thing. Is it established that Cybertron at some point had organic life, like plants and stuff?
Yes. Cybertron has gone through several different ages. And
okay, because I'm just curious because I'm watching this and I'm like, there's trees and leaves.
So you know how robot elk. You know how on Coruscant Coruscant, you know what I'm talking about, the fucking the
Yeah.
Imperial, how it's like total city, and then all of a sudden you go to the other side and it's like cities getting less and less, and now it's becoming like industrial and just a wasteland. That's like the dark side of Cybertron. It's like the dark side of the moon. It's the other side. It's you got the machines here, and then the rest of Cybertron, which could be organic, could be tech organic.
But even the damn sun in this looks like a machine. If you look, it looks like a 1980 synthwave album cover, Sun. So that confused me too. I'm like, so is the sun machine too? There's organic life. I know it's made for kids, but logic. Like last night with Age of Extinction, just a hint of a little bit of logic.
So, Rob, let me ask you this, because what I was seeing, especially when when Alpha Trion gives them their spark plugs, because I don't care, they transform. I don't know if you played these games, but this kind of reminded me of the War and Fall of Cybertron games. The transformations.
I love those games.
Okay, good. You know,
I love them to bits.
Great.
Love them to fucking bits.
Did you see Bumblebee's car mode, his vehicle mode? It reminded me so much of Bumblebee's vehicle mode in those games. And I was like,
really did.
I'm like, wait, if we're
got
gonna
the vibe.
Right, it had the vibe. I was like, if you're gonna do a prequel to that, I'm okay with that. But at the same time, that's a different Megatron and Orion Pax altogether. So what do we? I'm so
like,
yeah. Go ahead.
I understand that they want to do a whole new story. They want to do a whole new Ishkabibble and everything. I get that. I really do. Because they just want to pick and choose different ideas, put them on a wall, toss darts at them, see what sticks to what, and then just have, like, a creative fun time with it. It's like, okay, fine. Whatever you want to do, sure. It's just, when it comes to sticking the landing for the story that they're trying to tell here, it doesn't feel like they've stuck the landing. It doesn't even feel like they've properly launched yet. It's like, yeah, I get it. It's Optimus and Megatron before they were rivals. This is their pre-war story. Cool. But it just hits a different part of me because they've told that story however many times in the comics and the cartoons and everything, and it just feels like it landed in a better place than where this may eventually just land. I don't know. And I hate their fucking smooth ass faces. I can't stand it.
Really?
I'm watching the trailer right now and it's like, why? Why does Optimus Prime look like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man? Why? This man's face is smoother than a fucking spoon when you get it out of the box. The designs, okay, fine. The designs are cool. I hate their fucking faces. I don't know why. I look at them and it's like, that doesn't look like a Transformer. That looks like a fucking micro chrome Ken doll from fucking Barbie Futurisms. Like, I don't know.
See it, I can't lie.
The toys look kind of cool though.
I only saw the Optimus.
The toys look cool.
I only saw Optimus, and he had the face.
Yeah,
he had the face plate. So that's the only one I saw, and
Yeah.
I thought it was cool too. I like the
Which
faces.
means it'll be cool eventually.
Oh yeah, see, and I like it. I can't lie. The only reason why I like it is because it brings back the old G1 cartoon feel. You know, what Michael Bay. There was so much going on. And there's triangles and rectangles and obtuse angles and fuck that shit. Just give him a fucking
Hinge
face.
joints.
Yeah, it's like, I don't need all that dumb shit, bro. And again, this is where I was kind of like, the first 8 minutes of Bumblebee. Let's go. So I mean,
I'm pretty sure that's how this movie was conceptualized too.
oh yeah, there's a part in that trailer towards the end where it kind of feels like the beginning of Bumblebee with just the aerial combat, and I'm like, oh, I've seen that before. See, so I'm talking to my buddy, who's a diehard Transformers fan too, right? And we were both depressed and crying, you know, and if I was in Brooklyn, we'd be crying in each other's arms, because that's how we are. And it was like, all you gotta do is take this animation style, right? and just make them the G1, like continue G1. Because here's the deal, and this is where I'm like, I feel Hasbro really dropped the ball. There's no reason for an origin story. This fucking franchise is 40 years old this year. 40 fucking years old. There's been iterations out the fucking wazoo with this franchise. There's no need for a, if you want to say definitive. They never say it, but if they do, I'm going to be like, no, until I'm dead, this is not definitive.
No.
But all you had to do was make a fucking, even if it was a continuation of G1 in this form. The old school heads are going to go crazy, and we're going to take our kids, and the kids are going to love it because they're transforming fucking robots. That's the hook. That's the catch. That is the catch. Not jokes. None of that shit. You know, this what killed me. With the original series, you know who made jokes? Bumblebee. Bumblebee makes some jokes. You know who makes some jokes? Jazz every now and then made some jokes. But it was relevant to the time. It wasn't like ridiculous and outlandish. It was harmless. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that these jokes felt any way offensive, because they did. They weren't Michael Bay in that regard. Michael Bay's jokes were offensive. This is where, this is why I call King of the Monsters the Michael Bay movie. Because the jokes are offensive. And it's like, yo, you take those out, I changed my tune 1,000%. 999% Dan Tura. But I digress. I'm sorry, I had to throw that in, right? But that's the thing. It's like, yo, what are we doing? The whole reason why this franchise worked in the beginning is because it was robots that transformed into vehicles. Enough said. Now, granted, times have changed. But you still have the kids that were around then collecting now. I mean, for the love of God, I'm joined by two dudes who collect. Rob is a fucking collector. It's not just Godzilla, it's Transformers. I mean, the other day you did an anime figure review, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So you have
2 of them, actually.
Look at that. So you have us. We're gonna buy your fucking figures. And right now, Hasbro Pulse. By the way, that Shockwave comic book Shockwave with the Optimus Prime head, I have to buy that. I have to buy that for the Optimus Prime head alone. I have to buy that.
Absolutely.
Because I remember seeing that comic book.
Already have it pre-ordered.
Oh my God! When I remember seeing that comic book, and I was young, I was like, "What the fuck, Optimus?" Because I didn't understand the comic book version of Transformers at that time. It was a completely different ball game. A bald game, you hear me? Ball game. So I know. So I'm like, dudes, like, for the love of God, we are here. We will buy our kids the toys for Christmas, and if they don't want to play with them, we'll fucking play with them. We've been waiting for fucking almost 4 decades now for something to come out that is akin to what that original movie made us as children feel. And to me, this is where this feels like the Kathleen Kennedy slap to the face. Fuck the old fans. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, no, you can't fuck the old fans. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the old fans. I'm just saying.
Yep. Facts.
The last time Transformers did a great fucking job was Transformers Prime, the animated series. That was solid. Solid all around.
No, I 100% agree. Rob and me were talking about this earlier. It just seems like companies don't know what they're doing anymore with their products. Needlessly changing things. I digress. And I can't help but keep going back. It's like, okay, we're off the mic. You can do your live action Transformers movies. Keep doing those. But you have an opportunity to actually really get creative with Transformers in animated form. And this doesn't feel creative. This feels like, and someone in the comment section of the trailer said it, and I will shout this guy out. I won't say his name, but I'm giving him a shout out. You know who you are if you ever watch this. He says it feels like Guardians of the Galaxy, but lame. I buy it. It's stupid. And what's wrong with just kind of like, okay, we have our live action. Now let's make our semi-serious animated movies that appeal to both kids and adults that aren't stupid. That don't feel like it's disrespecting or insulting your intelligence. And this feels like it was made for 8-year-olds. But even then, I don't think 8 to 10-year-olds are going to get the jokes half the time. And the designs of the Transformers, their faces freak me out.
Really?
I'm just going to be honest. They've always freaked me out. So it's weird. They're very blocky. It just reminds me of old school Transformers. But yes, like it's like old school Transformers, but Illumination with Marvel. You know, it's like the Super Mario Brothers movies of Transformers. That's what we're getting.
The difference, though, is Super Mario Brothers works because it's a fucking Super Mario Brothers movie and it incorporated Nintendo. And I was like, that works. It's great.
But with this, I don't think it's going to work. And what's the compelling story? Like, I know there's aliens and stuff in it, but like...
Aliens? Those look like the Quintessons. What did you think of that, Rob? Those were Quintessons. Oh, yeah. Even though I didn't see any 5 faces. I saw one particular face, but...
Yeah, I didn't see no 5 faces. I saw a mossy motherfucker with tentacles burrowing in a motherfucker's face. But, hey,
yeah, I'm with it.
But
I also saw the execution.
But here's my other question. Have we ever seen the Civil War of Cybertron in any media?
Yeah, video games.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
War and Fall of Cybertron.
War and Fall of Cybertron.
Goated.
And the beginning of Bumblebee, the first 8 minutes, it's the culmination of the war.
This was their chance. I feel like Transformers 1 could have 100% been their chance. Look, we're making an animated Transformers movies that's going to appeal to both kids and adults, but we are doing the War of Cybertron. This prequel shit this,
my pants just got wet. My pants just got wet. I don't know how, but my pants are wet.
Perfect. And then you you animate it in the same style as the 80s cartoons and movie. You can do it.
I would take that theory, your idea, 1,000%, but I would use this animation because this
animation.
Yes, because this is gonna keep the kids in the seats. They're not watching traditional old school animation anymore. They're not the children. They're watching shit everything that looks like.
They're watching Transformers Earthspark.
Yes. I forgot that was
That's what they're doing. Yeah.
That's right.
The cool thing about the war on Cybertron is just that there was more to it than just 2 different factions fighting. There was reasonings behind it, and all these different iterations of it took completely different creative venues with it. With autocracy, monstrosity, and primacy, the main primes were crooked fucking politicians. And that's fucking interesting. The Decepticons essentially being miners and workers and gladiators and everything, the low-income Transformers, quote-unquote, that's fucking interesting because that gives Megatron and the Decepticons a cold, hard reason. And to see that in animation, it just would have been so fucking cool. Because you get all the sides of the story. You get the here, the when, the why, and it's compelling. And sure, you can sneak some comedy in there too, because, why not?
There was comedy in the books.
Again, yeah. And I just, I know kids don't care about Cybertronian politics, but you can still have it in there and make it work. You don't have to give them the 345-page booklet to tell them what's going on. It's simple storytelling for a complex issue. Yep. It's possible. And one of the things that this movie feels is dumbed down so far. Yeah. The trailer feels exceptionally dumbed down.
Yeah, this was... yeah, go ahead.
That sucks because there are people in the general audience that think Transformers is nothing but robots bumping into each other and all that other stuff, but they don't know that there are comics, that there are cartoons, that there are literal, like, fucking legions of stories out there that are fucking compelling as shit. Reading the Transformers comics literally changed me. It really fucking did.
Same.
Because when I picked up the IDW comics, when I read Autocracy, Monstrosity, and Primacy, the Dark Energon Chronicles and everything, that shit was fucking good. Francis Ford Coppola would have shat a fucking gnocchi noodle right out of his asshole reading that shit. Because that's that good shit. And it's like, I understand it's for kids, but why does that mean dumb? Why does it have to mean dumb? I mean, Ray, you were a kid when the Transformers movie was coming out, and that movie ain't fucking dumb.
No, I was 7 years old. Nope.
That movie was fucking emotionally scarring. You're seeing some of your favorite people get fucking murked in the first 5 minutes.
Why did I have to see Wheeljack's dead body? I still don't understand.
There's good shit in the Transformers IP. There's great shit in the Transformers IP that would make for great fucking movies. And the fact that we have to get essentially Illumination light Transformers, it's just upsetting because the franchise is capable of so much. I mean, you take a look at a character like Shockwave, one of my favorite characters. The man is demented. The man literally created the Dinobots because he liked dinosaurs. He fucking took these people apart, gave them extra pieces. You're dinosaurs now. Or, like, it's crazy how some of these characters have these amazing fucking backstories, and now it's just, oh yeah, he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it. He's a bad guy. Look at him. His eyeball looks angry. That's a bad guy right there.
It's
a bad guy. And I don't know. It's shocking. It's not for me, obviously, but it sucks.
It's shocking. You hit it on the head too. You have that trilogy of IDW books, Autocracy, Primacy, Monstrosity. I think that's the order, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's the Game of Thrones of Transformers.
Yeah.
So what are we doing?
It's brutal shit.
It's brutal shit. I remember, and I'll tell you this, God's honest truth. I remember when Autocracy came out. I was reading it and I was like, man, this shit's slow. This ain't for me. Like, where's the war? So I let it go. Then I remember going back after everything was said and done, and I was like, I'm going to read the IDW Transformer comics from 1, right? From the very beginning, not even from 1, from when they first got it, where the art wasn't good. I was like, I'm going to go back, and I found the fucking playlist, and I started doing it. And then I read those 3 books, and I said to myself, my God, there it is. That right there is peak Transformers shit. Because IDW had some solid stories in their fucking run. They really did. I am, unabashedly a Marvel Transformers guy. Especially when Simon Furman got on. Because what he did for that fucking franchise was beyond beautiful. Beyond beautiful in the comic books. But IDW really built this fucking world where I was like, damn, that's dope. And I gotta go back and finish it. I did, and I was in Robots in Disguise and More Than Meets the Eyes. I was somewhere, I forgot where, but all I know is like Starscream was seeing Bumblebee's ghost, and I was like, what the hell's going on? And Hot Rod and Megatron, and that's the thing. The character arcs. Megatron went from being the fucking biggest bad, I mean, for crying out loud, it went from all hail Megatron to being a part of Hot Rod's crew on the ship, where there was this fucking, I mean, this was a beautiful issue. The issue ended with Megatron standing in a field of flowers. And I don't know why that got me, but it fucking got me. They were on an alien world, and I was just like, man, that's just a dope fucking, like, the idea is beautiful, genius. But I digress, it's all there. They really put together something special. Now, that being said, I implore everyone to go and read the Skybound shit, because fuck me, that shit is relentless. It's 6 or 7 issues in. It is relentless. And the new arc just started this last issue that I read this past week. Oh, it's relentless. It's Transformers getting killed left and right, it's balls to the walls action. It's insanity. I didn't like the art at first, but by the third issue, I was all in. You get my money. You own me now. Skybound Transformers, you son of a bitch. But that might be too much for the children. But it's perfect for us, the OG fans, you know? And honestly, this movie had all the potential in the world. And it's that Gam Z1?
It is.
Hello.
Gam
Hello
Z1,
there.
we are talking about the trailer, and I said within a half hour you join, and poof, there you are. So the floor is yours.
Okay, so the Transformers 1 trailer, you know, I didn't catch it when it did its whole space premiere thing. Like, I watched it the next morning, right? And I wasn't, like, I was hyped for this because I'm a Transformers fan. But, like, when I watched it, man, something just ain't vibing. It just ain't. Like, Chris Hemsworth does a great job with Orion Pax. Don't get me wrong. And Brian Tyree Henry as D16 is pretty okay.
Wow, okay.
But, like, the tone, it's so kiddie. It's so Guardians of the Galaxy, but for even smaller babies. And I get it, Transformers is inherently a children's franchise, but when it comes to movies, I've always seen them as, like, more mature endeavors, PG-13 and not rated G or PG, you know? And this just looks to be purely a PG Transformers movies, and I'm happy for the kids, but I was just expecting something like the War for Cybertron games, but as a movie. You know?
There it is.
Yep.
There it is. That's exactly what we just talked about.
And it's too hokey, it's too jokey, you know?
Yes.
At least this first trailer. I don't know, maybe a second trailer that delves more into the meat and potatoes of the story will give us something more to work off of. But right now, that first trailer, man, that was, whew. I was not very impressed, unfortunately.
So it's funny how you said how you like Brian Tyree Henry, or you give him a pass. I can't. And I love him. I love him, right? I do. Bernie's my guy in GVK and GXK. But as what's to become Megatron, it doesn't fit at all. Like, that's not Megatron. That's not in any iteration. That's not Megatron, and that's what bothers me. It makes me feel like
I think
we're doing Mutant
I
Mayhem.
think the one that, like, really took me out was Keegan-Michael Key as Bumblebee. That one took me out.
And I got that. Well, but hold up. You know, there was one part in that trailer where I did pop. I can't lie. I got to use a wrestling. It's Taz term. I popped hard when he got the face mask and he looked like Goldbug.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
yes!
But like that's supposed to be like a hype moment type of thing for Bumblebee. He's not supposed to be Goldbug until like after Optimus's death, even.
After he
So,
gets,
like,
dismantled. Yep.
Yeah, so like the reference is nice, it's cool, but if I want a Goldbug, I want a Goldbug like way later in like maybe the fucking Bayformers timeline or something. I don't know.
No, I totally get it. I just thought it was I thought that was actually a wink to the OG fans. Like,
Yeah,
he's definitely going to be
definitely a wink.
Bumblebee. So let me ask you this, because we already discussed this part. Especially Bumblebee, or B as they call him in this one, or Badass B, whatever he called himself. His transformation in vehicle mode, did that not remind you of the Cybertron games?
They did. It did. It looks like a vehicle form from the War or Fall of Cybertron games, but in like the animation in general is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like, don't let me fucking knock the animation. It's bright, colorful, it's rendered well, it looks good. It's just the tone. Like I wanted a different tone.
Let me ask the Transformer fans here. Sorry, JR, you just don't know this one, but let me ask the Transformers fans here. Starting with you, Gam Gam. Would this movie could it have been better if it was Beast Wars the movie? With the jokes and all that shit.
I mean, Beast Wars was inherently a more hokey show.
Exactly.
With its own. I feel like it probably would have worked better if it was Beast Wars, maybe. Yeah.
Rob?
And not like this origin of Optimus Prime and all that kind of movie.
Right. Rob, what do you think?
I really don't know. Because, yeah, Beast Wars was a little hokey, but Beast Wars also had a pretty dark tone to it, too, at times. And the darkest this movie feels so far is nothing at all, really. Just the implied of what's going to happen in the future. Everything about this movie just kind of feels squeaky clean road trip fun adventure. So I don't know if that would even fit Beast Wars either.
Yeah. I asked that question because the tone and vibe of this trailer really did feel like an episode of Beast Wars. Just using the G1 characters, you know? The hokiness. It's there. Beast Wars at the beginning was definitely hokey, but it turns dark. I mean, it gets to places where I'm like, this is a kid's show, right? What the fuck are we doing?
I mean, like the whole death of Dinobot thing,
The death and resurrection.
Boy, that was heavy stuff.
Yeah, but then you bring him back and he's a fucking skeleton when he like all that's just oh god, I love that stuff. I do. Or Protoform X, you know, like just the ideas of all of that stuff. Man, it worked. This trailer didn't work. But you know what? And okay, so Games, we also asked this question. This is obviously directed at children, right? This is obviously
without a doubt
an Illumination Transformers movie, right? That's the way I look at it. Ooh, I hate it.
Yeah, I can see it.
So Games, let's say you had children, right, that are ripe for this movie, but you being an OG fan, do you sacrifice your kids' happiness because fuck it, this ain't Transformers? Or do you cave in and go see it with the children for the next generation?
I would go with my with my nephew's in-laws through my partner Cruz, his nephews. I would go take them to go see this, and I would bite the bullet, and I would pay for a ticket for myself too, just for the one time. You know, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. If I like it, maybe I'll see it again, but I doubt I'll be going past that first viewing.
Yeah, this has Mutant Mayhem written all over it for me, and I was done at one.
It kind of does.
I was done at one, and the thing is,
kind of does.
As much as I love the Ninja Turtles, and I fucking love and adore them, I hated that movie. I love the Transformers even more, but this trailer gave me no hope. That being said, though, this is the first trailer. Maybe the negative reviews of the trailer response might generate, okay, let's fix this quick. Because this movie comes out, what, in 4 months? In 4 months, this movie drops. Maybe the next one gives us a little bit more meat and potatoes. I just don't think... The casting of Megatron is just not right in my eyes. It's not right. Like, Megatron can't be joking like that. And if he's gonna joke like that, he's gotta slow down his delivery. That's what I think it was. Megatron was way too fast. That's why I compared them with Jazz before.
One of the things that kind of sort of pissed me off, even though, you know, it might not be that big of a deal for you being a G1 fan, they went with the minor origin for D16/Megatron rather than the Gladiator origin, which I vastly prefer.
No, give me Gladiator Megatron. I mean, I think every G1 fan, when they read Megatron Origins, was like, that's it. That's the definitive origin. No, give me that. 100% agree with you.
Yeah, like that flashback to how like Megatron back when he was known as Megatronus and Orion Pax, like those flashback scenes in Transformers Prime. I wish we would have gotten that as a movie.
Agreed. I would change the name from Megatron. It's too on the nose. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing, because I like Orion Pax and Optimus Prime. And it's not on the nose.
Yeah.
You know? So I would change the Megatronus thing. But the D16, I'm not... I don't know. What is he? The 16th
I mean,
Decepticon?
D16 is technically a reference to the Japanese toy line that Transformers originated from.
The Takara line?
Yeah, the Takara line. I think it's a Diacon or whatever. Number 16, the gun. That's what Megatron was originally known as in Japan. D16.
Okay.
So it's a reference. It's cool. It's fine. But
then I'm not mad at it. but see, you can still use the origin, right? From Megatron, Megatron origin, and just call him D16. I ain't mad, because that is a cool fucking thing for the old school fans.
yeah, definitely.
As long as they don't learn Kung Fu from fucking YouTube, we're good.
Right? Oh my god, that pissed me off so much. We still need to do that podcast about
Do we
it,
really?
so-
Because I don't think I ever want to watch that movie again.
Neither do we.
My God. But no, I mean, look. I don't know. We've been going on and on about this fucking trailer, like, and there's things in there that work. That's the problem. There's things in there that really work. That I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, like I said, the animation is gorgeous. The action scenes, like our Alita 1 going ham with her flips and kicks and stuff, that was great. I wish they didn't incorporate so many jokes into the action, like Bumblebee accidentally slashing a dude's head off and going like, "Hey, yo, what do, man?" That was dumb. I didn't like that, but
I can't lie. I chuckled. I did. Both times I saw the trailer, I was like, fuck, got me. Because I was hating it. I was like, what the fuck is this? Oh, sorry.
I also, like, dude, does like freaking what is his name? Alpha Trion just give them their T-Cogs? Because the T-Cog is how Transformers transform.
You mean their spark plugs?
I thought Sparkplug was a dude, but all right.
Yeah, well, that's where I'm going with it, because that's what it looked like. It looked like a spark plug, and I'm like, oh, I see what they're doing here. Ha ha, hee hee, ho ho.
Oh, I was just thinking of a spark plug from a car engine.
Well, yeah, that's in G1.
Of Sparkplug Wiki.
Yeah,
Spike's dad.
In G1, Spike's dad's name's Sparkplug. So when Alpha Trion in the trailer gives the sparks, it looked like a spark plug, because sparks are supposed to glow.
They should have changed that.
Yeah. But real quick before I have to go back in, because it's already been 15 minutes. Just real quick. Overall, it was okay. It looks like kids will love this, but it's just not for me. At first, it's only the first trailer, so I don't know. But from first impressions, it just doesn't look like it's going to be for me.
Yeah. That's the consensus. Yeah. It's a damn
and that's
shame.
what sucks.
Anyways, thanks for letting me just jump in and put in my thoughts.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We'll be here if you get another break or get off. If we're not live, we'll be here. Some of us will be here. Who knows?
Yeah, definitely. All right.
Thanks, Gam Gams.
Right.
See you later, bro.
There he was, Gam Gam Z1, almost damn near on point when I called it. But you know what? It is what it is. I'm glad he got on. I'm glad Gam Gam's got to say what he had to say. But did he say anything wrong? Was he lying on anything in there, Rob?
No, I don't think so. I mean, no, not at all.
So if
I don't think.
So if you had
anything
kids or
was
you
said.
have nephews or nieces and nephews, any little cousins, would you take them to see this?
After I show them the animated movie,
Oh man, I don't know.
the
man.
first one,
you might
the only one.
you might traumatize a kid. Like they might kick your ass
Hey, man,
afterwards.
All I'm saying is, I saw Godfather for the first time when I was 5 years old. I turned out just fucking fine. That's all there is.
That's true. All right, I'm gonna make a confession here. Ready for this? I'm gonna make a confession.
What the-
Oh, brother Chase, how you doing? Come on.
Oh, hanging in there.
All right, I thought he was gonna come in with greetings from Planet X, but he did not. Real quick confession. I gotta make a confession. Yeah, I've never seen the Godfather trilogy.
Huh?
Yeah.
You make me
No,
sad
but I played the
sometimes.
Mafia video games.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, so here's the deal. I grew up and I wasn't big into the mafia movies, if you will. I was more into street gangsters, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you were watching like Goodfellas or
No,
stuff like that.
that's still kind of mafia, but I
Really?
did watch Goodfellas. I did. I've seen Goodfellas. I've seen Casino. What I mean is, like, I was more into, like, the street hood shit. Like
South Central and
Yeah.
Blood In, Blood Out, stuff
right,
like that.
right. But I wanted the Brooklyn version. You know what I'm saying? I wanted the New York versions of that. Those were the movies I would watch a lot of.
Yeah.
Because fuck, man, like I knew Guido's everywhere. Why I gotta watch Godfather for? You know, like I knew how to walk through the mafia territories. I could walk through it. I knew how to walk through it. I knew how to respect that shit as a kid, as a teenager. When I went to middle school, I could walk. But unfortunately, my melatonin friends could not. So it was like, man, but I got to go this way because that's the way I go home. And they're like, yeah, but you could go home that way. I'm like, yeah, but that's the long way. Then I got to cut through the projects. Like this way I could bypass all that shit and I'm home. But I digress. Yeah, so that's a God's honest true story. I've never seen the Godfather trilogy. Another true story confession here. I didn't see Scarface until I was well in my 20s.
As did I.
Well into my 20s. And I mean, that shit would come on Channel 11 WPIX, New York, all the time, heavily edited. But, yeah, no, I didn't see Scarface until I was like 27, 28, maybe.
Early 20s for me.
I grew up with it.
But that's not what we're talking about. I did see Transformers the movie as soon as that shit came out on video. My mom did not take me to see that nor Godzilla 1985. Until this day, those are the two things I look at.
Every fucking podcast. Every single fucking podcast.
It's what it is. It's what it is. It's what. But you know what she did take me to see? Aliens. Go figure.
Hell yeah.
Go figure.
yes.
My mom took us to see Aliens. Not with my father. She said, come on, we're going to the movies. What are we going to see? Aliens. Okay, yeah, okay. No idea. No idea. Didn't even see the first movie. As a kid. Fucked me up
I'm
when
going
that.
to see Alien in theaters next Friday, actually.
Alien?
Oh, shit. I forgot that was the thing.
Yeah.
Alien or
They're putting the
Aliens?
original in theaters again.
Oh, because I
Yeah,
know
for
that.
Alien Day.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. 426 is coming up. Oh.
Yeah.
You know, I'm pissed off that, and this is why this is the Geek Out, people. This ain't the Godzilla Block Party, it's the Geek Out live stream. Because we just go wherever we want to go here. And now we're going to go to Alien. I'm shocked that fucking Romulus didn't come out on Alien Day. It would have been perfect.
It would have been.
Yeah.
It really would have been.
And I think
You
Fetty
Alien movie on
Alvarez,
Alien Day?
yeah, and I think Fetty Alvarez would have been like, yeah, let's put it there. Because he's a fucking fan. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I watched an interview with him talking about this movie, and I am fucking stoked. I am like, yeah, okay. Yeah, there's that scene where that face hugger hits that girl, and she goes flying through the loading dock. But I digress. The way I heard him talk about what Alien and Aliens meant to him, I'm on board, man. I cannot wait for this movie. Brother Chase, you just got here, and I know you're an Alien fan. What do you think about the Alien Romulus movie coming out?
Oh, I'm stoked. I just don't like that it's coming out in August. There are so many junk food movies coming out in August. It kind of feels like a disrespect to Aliens. I feel like you could have put it in a way better month than August, but regardless, I think I'm excited for the movie. I think it looked. There's nothing so far to be concerned about. So I mean, I'm stoked.
Hey, JR, do you think they put it in August? Like Chase just said, it's a junk food movie. Do you think they put it out in August because they know it's going to probably make the most money there? With no competition.
It's hard to say. Honestly, if it's supposed to be a horror movie, I would have put it in October. I miss horror movies being in October and September, around there. But we'll wait to see. Personally, I don't have high hopes for this because there hasn't been a good Alien movie since Aliens. So, look, I know it looks great. So did Covenant. So did the two Alien versus Predator movies.
No,
So
they
did
didn't.
Resurrection.
No,
They always look terrible.
No, they didn't.
So did Resurrection. So did Alien 3. I'm just saying, my entire life has been a disappointment with Alien. I have no. I think it's a dead franchise that they keep bleeding the milk out of the teat. Just put it down. It's okay to let things go unless you're doing Alien Earth War based off the comic. Just do it. Just do it.
You just really want to see fish xenomorph. That's all you really want, bro. I mean, come on.
Dude, that Colonial Marines run of that Alien comic series is fan-fucking-tastic. And they should have made a game based off of it. I don't know why. I digress.
Rob, let me ask you a question. You put Aliens anywhere in the calendar year, does it make the money?
That's a loaded fucking question, man.
Chick,
Oh,
bro,
boy.
you got 99 bullets and a flamethrower.
I like. Deep down, I want to say yes because I'm an Alien fan. But at the same time, the last two things we got were Alien Covenant and Prometheus.
Yeah.
Prometheus is okay at very best. Covenant is not.
No.
So, I don't know, but I think with this particular movie, the director that we have, where the movie is taking place, and the fact that we have a TV series on the way, I think August is probably a good stomping grounds for Alien because as of right now, I don't think anything major is like coming out around that time. And, you know, it's towards the tail ends of the summer. People are either getting ready to go back to school or already back in school, whatever. So, I don't know. I think August, despite it not being on Alien Day, I think August could be a very good move for this franchise to get its legs back. And if it's a massive fucking success, the TV series could be a massive fucking success right after it. Who's to say?
So,
All I'm trying to say is that I have faith. Like August, where we're going, it's a good place to land.
Did Venom 3 get delayed a year?
It might have.
Because that's supposed to be coming out in August.
No, then it
It's
definitely
not.
got delayed because we would have seen the trailer already.
When's Kraven the Hunter coming out?
That shit ain't
I thought
coming
it
out.
already came out.
That shit's supposed to. It was supposed to come out in October.
Yeah, that thing's been delayed more than Godzilla and Kong being on screen together again.
Listen,
Venom 3 is supposed to
Venom
come
3
out towards the end of October now.
Yeah, that's what I just looked up.
So-
that's embarrassing.
Okay,
But then you got The Crow coming out in August too.
Oh,
and then you
that's
have a few other
embarrassing.
movies.
but
I think The
oh,
Crow's gonna flop anyway.
the
so.
the Crow's,
Crow's
yeah,
gonna flop.
that's flopping.
The
That
Crow versus
Wait.
Alien.
it ain't
Real
happening.
quick, I just rewatched the original Crow and then bought it on Blu-ray. What the fuck are they honestly thinking of remaking that? That movie's almost damn near perfect.
It's-
From the
They're
miniature work to the
thinking that
cinematography to the music.
They're thinking that they want to make Crow John Wick, and
Yeah,
Yep.
it's so
with
bad.
having a shitty haircut.
It's so bad because I'm watching this and I'm just like, oh my god, Brendan Lee, dude, too soon. This fucking guy could have went places. That movie is fucking 5 out of 5.
I would have rather them did the Crow reboot with that Momoa guy being the Crow.
Jason Momoa.
I would have dug it, but he's
Mimosa. I don't know his
yeah,
name. I
Jason
don't
Jason
pay attention to
Momoa.
him.
What do you mean? You better shut up. You better kneel before your Aquaman, King of Atlantis. But he's also going to be Lobo. Let's not fucking fake the funk here. He's going to be
listen,
Lobo.
that
James
shit
Gunn.
got rebooted.
James Gunn knows what
I
he's
saw a
doing.
werewolf movie where Jason Momoa or
Oh,
Mambikwe plays the alpha werewolf, and he was awful.
Listen, all I'm gonna say is James Gunn took Aquaman and the rest of the DCEU out back and lassied them. They're gone.
They're done. Jim,
It's done.
it's over, Jim.
I'm
Yeah.
so glad it's over now. Now, if only Marvel would do that.
Not going to happen. No way.
Yeah,
I
nah.
wish.
Too much
They
money
just-
and time has been sunk
They
into
just
that for them to
keep
reboot
going.
it.
What's going on with Marvel? I have heard jack shit.
I tell you right now, all you need to do if you got Disney Plus is watch X-Men 97. That's it. That's it. That's all you need
That's
to
it.
do. That's all you need to
Okay.
do. It is I did not like that cartoon in the 90s. I was like, I ain't watching this shit. Fuck it. I watched 6 episodes out of 4 or 5 seasons, whatever they did. I said, I don't like it. I hate the animation. Fuck them. I watched all 6 episodes of this motherfucking show, and there's still more coming. I'm like, this shit is the best thing ever. Because you see, and it goes back to the Transformers conversation, right? They didn't shit on the children who watched it back then. They grew
Yeah.
up with them. So when you watch X-Men 97, yeah, kids could watch it, that's fine. But it is so adult-oriented. It is ridiculous. I'm sitting there, I'm like, they're not playing me right now. They're not making me feel stupid. This shit is legit. They realize, the people who make this show a success are adults. Let's make an adult show. And they did, and it's the best thing Marvel's done since Spider-Man Homecoming. Or No Way Home.
I actually just looked up August releases. You
Yeah.
have a few films coming out in August that are
Big time?
hopeful in the media tentpoles. You
Okay.
have Craven coming out August 30th.
Oh, shit.
You have the Borderlands movie coming out August 16th.
Shit.
And then you have what other movie was it? And then then you have then you have Alien Romulus coming out August 9th. Or one of those is flipped. Either Borderlands is the 9th or Aliens is the 9th. And one's the 16th, one's the 16th. But then you got Harold and the Purple Crayon with
Fuck is that?
second.
What's he gonna do? Shove it in his ass? What the fuck?
It's not. That's
That movie's making like $5.
fine. Yeah.
Harold and the Purple Crayon. Wow!
Yeah.
How
I don't know,
fucking
it's a pretty-
enticing!
Like a pretty famous children's book, so who knows?
Nah.
People growing up with that book might be interested in it.
Grew
Nah.
up with it, Mary Poppins.
Right. I've never heard of that shit.
What the fuck?
No, listen. I will say, depending on what comes first, if it's Borderlands first, then Aliens will eat it next week. But if it's Aliens first, then that's good. That next weekend is going to be something to look forward to in terms of box office. I love it when these genre movies mesh with each other. Like, I get a kick out of that. I sit there and I go, okay, who's going to win this bout? I love that. But if Borderlands comes first, Aliens is totally going to take it the next weekend. Totally.
Yeah,
Romulus comes out August 16th.
I'm gonna
Okay.
be completely honest. I don't see Borderlands. I think it's gonna have a good opening weekend because all the people that are watching a Fallout show are like, "Oh my God, Fallout's great, Borderlands," and Borderlands is gonna be shit.
That's it.
Borderlands is not
That is
made for any media other than comics and video games. That's Borderlands.
And-
Anything outside of it, it ain't gonna do well.
Here's the funny thing about Borderlands 2. That movie, I think, was being made during COVID. So that movie's been
Yeah.
made and on the shelf for a couple of years. So,
Yeah, they have no idea what to do with it.
right, so does whatever jokes that might have hit then hit now? I mean, honestly, it's only a couple of years apart. I would say so. It's all, to me, 10 years is relevant. 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years you can keep using the same shit. That's relevant. So I think, especially it's within 5 years, it'll be relevant. Look, I mean, Kevin Hart, people like him. I think they need to focus the next trailer more on him if they want to make a dent in the box office. I love Jamie Lee Curtis. I fucking love her. But let's be for real here. It's over. You know what I mean? It's over. God damn you, Halloween ends. God damn you.
Dude, she was relevant with the reboot of Halloween, and then nobody gave a fuck after.
She was actually good in that Everywhere, Nowhere, Wherever at Once, whatever that show, whatever that
Yeah,
movie
but
was called.
that wasn't what pulled people in.
It wasn't her, right. It wasn't her. You're right.
It was the goddamn premise, and I still need to watch that movie.
Fantastic, except for that one part. I was like, okay, all right, now we're just placating, but I digress. It was still fun.
Yeah. We got a stacked year for movies.
Yeah,
though.
then you got the little girl that was in 69. 69 million.
Yeah.
It is 69, right? Because that just sounded like
65.
65. Wowzers, Ray! Slow it down. Bring it back. I meant
Listen, we've had a
65.
few beers, just so everyone knows. If we're mixing our shit up, it's because it's Friday, we work hard, and we play hard.
This is going to be
And
the
I'm
end.
hurt.
This is going to be the end of the G Show live stream podcast. This is going to be the end of the G Show period. He just said the little girl that was in 69. Wow! He's in trouble. He's in deep shit now. But no, the girl that was in Barbie in 65, and apparently her star's on the rise. She's in this. You might get you might get a little bit of these the kids who like her to go see it for her. I've never played Borderlands. I played about 10 minutes of the first game, and I was like, yeah,
It's
this
a
ain't for me.
looter shooter.
Yeah.
How do you translate a looter shooter with loose story elements into a movie? Fallout has stories, a lot of stories.
Okay, I'll tell you how this is, and don't get mad at me for saying this, JR. Please don't. But when I saw the trailer for Borderlands,
Yeah.
I can totally see it trying to ape or be like Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. No, there's actual expansions for Borderlands that are called, it's like Tiny Tina's Adventure or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
It's
no,
D&D, but looter shooter FPS.
Yeah, I could see them trying to capitalize on that because again, we all really like Dungeons and Dragons.
The problem is that's not what Borderlands is. That's not the core of Borderlands. So you're gonna get the fans going and be like, "What the fuck is this? This is just the DLC in a movie." So, oh, we lost Brother Chase.
Brother Chase, has been fun.
He'll be back.
Hopefully, we weren't on the Godzilla part yet, but you know, yeah, I can't see Borderlands beating Aliens. Not the way this one looks. Not the way this one looks.
No. Like I
No,
said,
not at all.
it's gonna have that weekend hit because all the people that are hyped up about the Fallout show. I haven't watched it yet. I'm a hardcore Fallout fan. I reserve my reservations for when I actually decide to watch it. But I'm just going, people seem to like it, so they're gonna be like, "Oh, Borderlands, I love that game too," and it's just gonna it's gonna fall flat on its face.
I will say, not being never playing a Fallout game. I dig this show. I got 2 more episodes to go, but I like what they're doing. I don't know the lore, but I like what they're doing.
Apparently, the creators, I shouldn't say the creators because Todd Howard didn't create. He was involved with Fallout 3 onward. The first 2 and a couple of spin-offs were created by different studios back in the day. But Fallout 3 up till now is Bethesda. Todd Howard. Todd Howard and the writing team for the Fallout games were heavily fucking involved. So much so that I was genuinely surprised to find out that they talk about New Vegas in the show. That's my favorite Fallout game. I'm like, what the fuck? They talk about New Vegas? So Bethesda allowed the original creators of Fallout to make a Fallout game, but they had to use the Fallout 3 engine. It was Fallout New Vegas. And it was a super rush job. They had like 9 months to develop the game. Funny enough, it's the favorite among fans. Even though it's a buggy fucking disaster, it is still the funnest, most well-written and fleshed out Fallout game. And Bethesda hated that. To have Bethesda actually acknowledge it in a TV series, that wins me over a little bit. Just a little bit. Because it's like, you got over yourself just a little bit to allow references to New Vegas, even though you fucking hate the original team for doing better than you. I'll give you something. I'll give you something for that.
It's also got the Nolan brand, and I'm not saying Christopher, but his brother Jonathan Nolan is a producer, if I'm not mistaken, maybe even the showrunner of this series. And apparently he was a fan of the games. So there's love being poured into this. I mean, again, I've never played the games. I've never played I said I played about 15 minutes of Borderlands. I've never played anything, not a second of Fallout. But that being said, some of the things that I'm seeing, I want to explore and see if that's in, the games. And I'm like, damn, like, fuck. Got Game Pass.
I guarantee you. The most user-friendly Fallout game I would say to get into, Fallout 4. Go play Fallout 4. It's the most straightforward, user-friendly when it comes to it. Because, Fallout 3 and New Vegas, they came out, what was it, 2009, 2008, 2010? So between those 2 games... so its mechanics are outdated as shit. Fallout 4 is very streamlined. It's still got the humor, the atmosphere, and everything. It's a great game. Don't play Fallout 76. That's just a live service MMO that even hardcore Fallout fans hate.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I know that. No.
No, that's a pile of shit.
Which is funny. We're talking about video games and shit. And that was another thing I wanted to touch upon real quick. I've come to the realization, my brothers and sisters that are listening, I'm not paying $70 for games anymore. I'm just not.
No.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not buying it. So what I'm trying to say, what I am saying is, when that Star Wars Outlaws game comes out, as much as I like that trailer, not buying it.
There was something about Star Wars Outlaws that came out the other day. Let me look it up real quick.
Rob, how big of a video game player are you?
Every day.
Oh shit!
If I
Okay.
have the time. Yeah.
Okay, but all right. So, damn shit. Well, we already established the Cybertron games and where we at with those. But like, in terms of like games that are coming out now, like what do you say, yo, I gotta buy this game and play this game? Like, where are you in that spectrum? Are you a gamer, or are you just like passive?
It really depends. It really, really fucking depends. I mean, I think like the best example I could really give was last year, Dead Space remake, full price day one. Resident Evil 4 remake, full price day one.
Same.
Street Fighter 6 Deluxe Edition, full price, whatever that was, $80 day one.
Wow.
Like, there's certain franchises, certain IPs where it's like, unless the first trailer is shit and it's not doing anything that I like, I'm pretty much spoken for. Certain franchises, it's just boom, right off the gate. With something like Star Wars Outlaws, I'm very, very fucking interested in what it's showing. I just don't know if I want to buy it.
So, with that being said, this is why I'm staying away from this game, because it's an Ubisoft game, first of all. Second, they're locking off the Jabba the Hutt Gambit mission behind either the $109 or $130 edition because of the season pass.
I saw that.
And then they fucking respond saying that it will be a part of the overall Star Wars Outlaw experience for everyone. It's just the specific Jabba the Hutt Gambit mission that you won't have access to. So what you're saying is I still can't play it unless I spend $110 to $130 for your fucking game? No. I'm done. I'm out. I'm out. I'm looking forward to Silent Hill 2 remake, and that's fucking it. That's it. I have nothing on the docket. And you all know me. I'm a hardcore gamer. I built my fucking PC from the ground up. It seems just to play Baldur's Gate now. I have the Series X and the PS5. I got my deluxe edition Baldur's Gate 3 coming for my Xbox the end of the month. Can't wait. I can't wait to play it again on my Xbox. With humans, people. I have people to play with me. So I'm looking forward to that, but other than that, there's jack shit. Every Star Wars game that gets announced now, I don't give a shit about. I don't fucking care. Any new FPS like Call of Duty or Battlefield, I don't care.
No.
Need for Speed, I don't care. I don't give a shit. I'm at this weird spot with gaming because last year, dude, Ray, you know we had the top 10, and I had, what, 4 or 5 fucking games on that list. Last year was rocking, and I knew this year was gonna be shit.
It's ridiculous.
It's a hard year to follow up.
Yes.
It's bad.
Yes.
And it's not even just that. It's like the market is heavily fucking shifting. You have Ubisoft this year saying you have to get used to the fact that you don't own your games. You're just gonna have to accept it and get over it.
Yeah, they said the
and
quiet
then they
part.
pulled this shit a month later.
Yeah, they said the quiet part out loud, which was dumb on their part.
Well, the thing with Ubisoft is just that they are masters of hanging by a fucking thread. And I don't know how. We're talking about a company that have made really great fucking games. We're talking about the House of Rayman and everything.
Yeah.
And they threw that motherfucker out when the goddamn creator fled the country. But it just seems like around every single corner, they just have an elephant gun pointed at their foot. And it's like a 2-sided die with pull the trigger on each side with them. Because they're like EA now. Like, they're way more like EA now than they were ever before.
Well,
and everything they do feels like it is calculatedly trained to shoot their fucking foot off. They haven't done a smart thing since that fucking Netflix show, and that wasn't even them.
The Captain Laserhawk?
Yeah.
I love that
like,
fucking
that was
show.
the smartest thing that they've done in ages, and the fuck thing about that is they just said, oh yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, go ahead. Take out character. I loved that show. I fucking loved that show. I was like, this is bad shit
was
bonkers.
No,
Yeah.
it's just been a bad year for games in general. Sea of Thieves, that's beyond fucking flopped. Suicide Squad, no, or not Sea of Thieves. Skull and Bones. Sorry,
Skull
same
and Bones.
fucking bones thing. Skull and Bones. That game's fucked. And then again, you have Skull and Bones, and then the Suicide Squad. Dude, you're talking these big companies with AAA, they made a name for themselves. And you're looking forward to these games for years, and they come out and they are shells of what they should be, to the point where it's just fucking insulting.
You see,
I don't
what
know.
sucks about that Suicide Squad game is if it was an actual game, I'd be fine with it.
Yep.
But it's a
But
live
it's-
service.
Yeah, it's a live service looter shooter.
Yeah. And the thing about that is just that we've seen what's happened with live service games the last 6 fucking years. We know where this is gonna go. We know where this is gonna go. And it's not the happy place in the sky where you're fucking praised by the end of the year by Jeff Keighley and his overly white sneakers and his tacky suits.
So I also forgot to tell you guys, because this fucking happened as well. Another Ubisoft. They shut down the servers for the original Crew game, which is an always online car game.
I know that game.
Not only did they shut the fucking servers down, they removed the fucking game that you paid for from your fucking library.
that. See?
It's gone off of people's computers and consoles. So you shut the servers down, and you just delete my game? What gives you the fucking right?
See?
What gives them the right to take a... I paid for that.
That's where I wanted to get to, and this is, and again, I mean, like, speaking into a void here, but this is the problem I have with these publishers. These games are not food. You can't buy it, eat it, shit it out, it's gone. That's not how this works. These games, when you fall in love with something that you made, if someone falls in love with something you made, you want it. You want to keep it. The fucking Cybertron games, for the love of God, I gotta play them on my 360. Literally, I put them on my 360. I played them. I know you can backwards capability them, but I don't even want to. I'm gonna play them on my original shit. Right? Got the 360. Let's go. But if you're gonna fucking take a game from me, and this is why I got mad at Sony when they were like, the only way you can have this game is if you subscribe to our service.
Yeah.
What? Fuck you, Sony. Xbox is giving me free games.
Hey,
Free games.
not only that, there's a new division in Xbox that has just been established called specifically the Games Preservation Division. Microsoft, they couldn't do the backwards compatibility anymore, but they're fucking preserving shit. So Microsoft is at least stepping up in some way. While you have Ubisoft shutting it down, taking it away, and Sony telling you, even though you own it physically, fuck you, pay me money to stream it, which is inferior in every fucking way, and they don't even run right. That's the thing. Some of the games don't even run right on these current consoles.
Yeah, but see, that's Microsoft course correcting. Because remember when the Xbox One was coming out and they were like, yeah, it's got to be online all the time. Why? Why? Well, now we see why. Now we see why. Because,
dude,
you know, even if you fucking buy the physical disc, you're fucked. You are fucked.
Microsoft still ain't out of the fucking woods. Because from last week, I saw news that they are officially working on their next-gen system right now.
I saw that
they are done with this generation. Microsoft, you didn't even fucking try. This is this is 2 in a row. Do you understand this is 2 in a row, and somehow this generation had less exclusives with more studios? 2 generations in a row where they just give up.
That's one of my biggest beef with Microsoft right now. That's why I'm enjoying the shit out of my PS5. I can't lie. But all I've been playing is Ghost of Tsushima, and it's been fucking excellent. But again,
that came out
exactly
years ago.
And I bought the director's cut for $40. The director's cut on PS5 $40, and that's where I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm not paying $70 no more. The last game I paid $70 for was Resident Evil 4.
And just keep in mind, If you paid $120 for the deluxe edition of The Crew, however many years ago that was, you literally watched your money fucking burn in front of your goddamn eyes, because that doesn't exist now.
There's gotta be something in the government where you could take that shit to court and be like, what the fuck are we doing? These people
Because
pay
every
for
time we sign that fucking EULA, it specifically states we don't own our games, and they can pull it whenever they want. Fine. But if you delete it off my hard drive, that's mine. I pay for the console. I pay for the computer. I built that. You have no right to go into my hard drive. I don't give a fuck if you think it's yours. It's on my shit. Fuck you. That's where the government steps in and says, you can shut servers down, fine. You can say they don't own their games, fine, but you cannot remove them from their systems that they pay for. Because those two hunks of plastic and this hunk of metal are fucking mine.
Rob, you look like you wanted to say something.
I don't remember what I wanted to say,
You're beautiful.
but I will say thank you.
Yeah.
I will say that it's crazy how the narrative is just like fucking shifting like every single day across these studios that are responsible. These studios, these distributors, these companies that are responsible for something like Halo. I mean, Sony made PlayStation 2, which is considered the greatest console of all time. And it's really fucking sad to see like this deep fall from grace. Because, you know, console wars, all this other bullshit. Which one's better? I don't give a fuck. But it really does show the sign of the times. And I don't like everything that they fucking do. I really don't, because this company does some stupid fucking shit sometimes, but Nintendo really does fucking have it right now, don't they?
They're laughing.
They
Like,
have
they
a
don't
new
need,
console coming, dude.
and not for nothing, it's not Series X and it's not PS4, but if it's what the leak said about the whole NVIDIA chip leakage and shit.
Oh, it's gonna be a beast. It'll hold its own against the Steam Deck.
Yeah, it'll hold its own against the Steam Deck, and the fuck thing about all of this is docked at near 4K, I think it said. But the fuck thing about all of that is Nintendo always has exclusives.
Oh, yeah.
They're never on PC, they're never on Xbox, they're never on PlayStation. And that's single-handedly what's winning them the race right now.
Yeah.
Because they can sell a fucking $400 console that looks like half of an iPad.
Yeah.
Jesus.
They can. Like, and it's fucked. They can do that with one game.
And it's not
All
even
you need
just...
is Mario at launch. That's it.
Yeah. And it's
Done.
not even just that. You can take the fucking thing with you. See, the Steam Deck and all these like handheld PCs, it's great for consoleizing the PC market.
Mm.
But Nintendo's got the exclusives and the AAA, and I don't feel dirty for taking my $600 to $900 handheld gaming PC out in the fucking middle of the woods next to a campfire to play some Skyrim. Switch, I'm all right. I'm like, it's fucking. I paid $300. $300 ain't bad. It is what it is. It gets dirty, a little scraped up. I could buy a new one because it's an SD card. $900. That shit's staying home. That's where Nintendo gets you every time. You get that AAA experience on the go, and you don't have to deal with the hefty price tag.
What is the one thing Nintendo has done that no one else has done? They've stayed viable. They've played the long game. They launched as a card game. Then they made...
over 100 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Then there's Donkey Kong. And then they take Mario. And then they make the NES. I I think about it. Sega was the competition. Okay, no doubt. I always go back to this because this was my era. Whoa, Mortal Kombat's coming to home consoles. Which one are you gonna get? The one with the blood? And then yet Super Nintendo's was damn near arcade perfect, but without the blood. What the fuck? The fatalities. Now I want to rip somebody's head off with Sub-Zero. I don't care if it's a profile shot. I don't care if it's sideways and not legit. Fuck it. But then Super Nintendo was like, all right, here's Mortal Kombat 2. Oh God. They did it. Perfect arcade port in my eyes back then. Nintendo has always played this long game. Whether they fucking succeed or fail in their consoles. I'm looking at you, Wii U. I own it. But for the love of God, and that was the last Nintendo console I got. I don't have a Switch. I'm not playing Nintendo games no more. Do I want to play Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and all that other stuff? Yeah, maybe, kinda. But at the same time, I'm like, I got my Xbox, I got my power systems. This is where I'm gonna get my jerk off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sony gives me the Nintendo games I want.
Yeah.
The problem with Sony is that's all they give me. They don't switch it up anymore. It's the same fucking thing. But goddamn, that goes to Tsushima. Even though that's like a fucking 3-4-year-old game. It's gorgeous.
And you know what's crazy with it is the Switch 2, the rumor is, it will 100% be backwards compatible with your physical Switch media. You can just put the cartridge in. Sony, you can just put it in. It's okay. I paid for the PS1 version of Silent Hill. I paid for my PS2 games. You have my money. If you do, charge me. I'm not fucking. This is where Sony and Microsoft, if you want to nickel and dime me, fine. Wet my whistle. You charge me $1. Sony's like $1 to $5. You can put your PS2 disc in. It's a one-time fee of $5. You can play Silent Hill 2 on the PS5. I'll pay the $5 fucking dollars, and then I never have to pay it again. Fine. Fuck you. But Nintendo, they just let you do shit now. For their classics, you gotta subscribe to their shit, and their shit is inexpensive. When you look at the premium price for like PlayStation Plus and Game Pass, Nintendo shit's cheap. And then they have that family plan.
The one thing about that, though, is the word drip feed is very notorious with that online system.
Because they do.
Like,
Okay,
I think
school me, Rob. School me. I don't know what that means.
Nintendo 64 games?
Rob, school me. I don't know what drip feed means. School me.
So basically, they announced that the Nintendo 64 emulator, along with the Game Boy and Game Boy Advanced emulator for Nintendo Switch Online, was coming to Nintendo Switch Online. And that came with maybe, let's say, 5 to 8 games per thing, like per Game Boy Advance, and Nintendo 64. Now, you're paying, I think, with the expansion, I think you're paying maybe $25, $30, $40 a year for that. And, you know, with Game Pass, you get new games at the beginning of every month and then throughout that month. With Nintendo, I think we got 2 new Nintendo 64 games last year. 2.
Wow.
And there are times where I don't think the NES has gotten a new game in the last 7 months. And that's what it's like. They drip feed it to you. It's like Game Boy Advance just got F-Zero Maximum Velocity. I think the last game we got before that was maybe 5 or 6 months beforehand.
Wow.
Yeah.
And before that was Metroid Fusion, which came out around the same time Prime Remastered came out. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword. Yes, it is cheap. And yes, it's pretty fucking cool because I could be playing Dusk or Doom, and if I want to fuck off and play Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, all I gotta do is click the home button, scroll, click, pick Majora's Mask, I'm there. I can play the original Majora's Mask as I am shitting. It is a glorious time to be alive. It's just, yeah, you're drip fed. You are drip fed content, and it is very, very fucking slow. Like steer up in the middle of fucking Alaska during the coldest part of its ass. It is slow.
But I really feel like with the release of the next Switch system, I think Nintendo's going to start turning around. See, the Switch, damn, it was successful. But it was woefully underpowered at release. In 2017, it was using a chipset from 2013. That was meant, it was called the NVIDIA Shield. It was a fucking game streaming device. It was never meant for hardcore gaming. So when Nintendo's like, yeah, put that in our console, it was like, okay, it's gaming. 720p on the go is badass, and I'm still okay with it. But their online service, their online games, everything else was starting to lack. And now we're starting to see the games aren't running good on it. I think the Switch is definitely long in the tooth, and I'm really hoping the next Switch is well worth it. I think Nintendo has the prime opportunity. Improve the things that people didn't like about the Switch. You know, for instance, party voice chat on the system, not an app on your phone. That's fucking stupid. That would be great. Do that and just quality of life improvements. Give us more content. You will mop the floor with Sony and Microsoft. They hit the e-brake. They're spinning in circles. You're drifting around corners while they're trying to pop the clutch. Run with it, Nintendo. Be the savior that we deserve.
That you've always have been.
They always have been. They survived the original video game crash. The next one's, dude, the next one's coming. You see it with the layoffs. You see it with the no games coming out. You see it with the flop, the budgets. When the budgets of video games are costing more than budgets of movies, and even Hollywood's like, we need to scale this shit back. We're losing too much.
Oh yeah.
And they're like doubling, tripling the budget of some of these big blockbuster Hollywood movies. The next crash is coming, and Nintendo, as always, is going to come out from the ashes and be like, oh, we're fine. We're always fine.
Good, dude.
We're good, dude. We have games. Now, they need to stop with the $70 price tag fucking now. For a Switch game, fuck yourself. That's bullshit.
Yeah, it depends on the type of game.
I think there was only 2 or 3.
There was. It was Mortal Kombat 1, which ran
No, that's not $70
That's not
on
good
Switch.
on a good console, and it's definitely not good on Switch.
Yeah, that's not good on Switch.
It was terrible on Switch. That was $70. I don't think
Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom, because it's a Zelda. You knew you were gonna buy it, and then there was one other. Get that price back down to fucking 60. Nintendo, you are AAA. You are first party. You're the shit. Stop following trends of these two idiots.
So
Sony and Microsoft, they're stupid. They don't know what they're doing.
You said
they got no games.
Follow them. That's like following people jumping off a cliff. You gonna do that, Nintendo? No,
Lemmings.
you're gonna go home and have a beer.
That's a game.
But
Lemmings.
here's the thing though. They can get away with it. They can do it. Because when's the last time that a Nintendo-made game, not Pokemon, Nintendo doesn't make Pokemon. When was the last time a Nintendo-made game got scathing reviews because it didn't fucking work?
That's fair.
That's fair. Odyssey. Mario Odyssey. Am I lying? Maybe it's just my bias. Maybe it's just my bias to that particular Mario game. I love Mario, but maybe Odyssey was too much.
No, I'm talking like the shit didn't work. You paid fucking $70 for it, and if the disc hops out of the fucking case, well, the cartridge hops out of the fucking case, pisses on your fresh fucking white J's, and slaps your wife in the face and kills your daughter.
Yeah,
When was the last time a Nintendo game was that bad?
No, I can give you. They ain't Ubisoft.
They didn't.
They ain't
No, they're
Ubisoft.
not. Literally, the worst thing that's going through the Nintendo fucking IV right now is Pokemon. That's
Yeah.
it. And
Well, that's-
Pokemon, it's just like it's Lays. It's Lays. They want to release 3 games a fucking year. They're not optimizing them. The last one barely fucking worked.
Whoa, whoa,
They
whoa,
didn't
whoa.
patch anything.
Are you telling me that Nintendo is making Pokemon their version of Modern Warfare?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Each
The
iteration
Pokemon-
gets worse and worse.
The Pokemon company basically said that they want games coming out all year round.
You can't do that. That's impossible.
You can't.
No.
You see, the fucked thing about that is that mindset is so fucking stupid because it's Pokemon. We're talking about one of the most profitable fucking IPs from Japan. We're talking about one of the most well-known IPs all over the fucking world. If you make people wait 12 fucking months between games and it's good, bro, you're printing fucking money. It'll be even better than it is right fucking now. You showcase that shit, it looks good, it plays good, it has the open world mechanics from the last couple of games, except it's actually expanded upon. Pokemon would become a quadrillion fucking dollar IP at that point.
Yeah.
Less is more. We don't need Pokemon Generation X5912. We
No,
don't need fucking Pokemon Generation 5 Remake. And we don't need another Pokemon fucking Snap all in the span of 8 months. We don't fucking need that.
Sounds like a Sony thing.
Yeah.
It does. They are operating on that mindset, and it's not fucking smart. It
You
really
know-
isn't.
You know what they should do? Next Switch comes out, to get the old fans like me, you announce Pokemon Yellow remake or remaster.
They already did that.
They remade Pokemon the original?
Yeah. That was that fucking Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. That was the first generation remake.
True story. I was
Wow.
reading a fucking Batman Superman comic, World's Finest, and Superman in the Fortress of Solitude. You know, he has an alien zoo where he's, got alien animals whose planets might have been destroyed or whatever. He had a Raichu, but it was Pikachu colored. And I was like,
Fantastic.
that's dope. And he
Listen.
straight up shot out electricity. I was like, yeah.
I'm just gonna say it right now. I whooped Batman's ass, so.
Shut up. No, but it's crazy. JR, you said something earlier about the PS.
Which one was it? Was it the first rant or the 47th rant?
It was in between. It was in between.
Okay.
That's the get out. There was a console that did everything. That did great games, okay, and had a great UI.
Yeah.
Gamecast.
Don't you dare. Don't you fucking dare. No, in all honesty, it was homegrown here in America. It was the 360. It was a 360. When the 360 came out, they literally revolutionized the party system. And again, one of the things I get so mad at, I'm like, why? Why would you take away the Netflix interface? That was stupid.
Yeah.
That was genius. It's a system seller. If you really wanted to make the Xbox brand a fucking living room system, don't get rid of that. Don't get rid of that, because now you can say, yo, mom, you need to buy an Xbox 360. Yo, cuzzo, you need to buy an Xbox 360. Yo, titi, yo, uncle, all that shit. Yo, best friend, yo, worst enemy. Buy an Xbox 360. This is my
Make your
gamer tag.
avatar.
Right, make your avatar. This is my gamer tag. And yo, let's watch Netflix. We're gonna all be in a motherfucking movie theater together. Oh my god, I swear, before I knew any one of y'all motherfuckers, when I was in Brooklyn, that shit. I mean, yo, my dude lived upstairs. He lived upstairs from my apartment. I could just go upstairs and watch. Yo, and we were in a motherfucking Netflix movie theater together, watching it. I could have just went up to his fucking house, to his apartment.
Yeah.
It was genius. And what does that cost? In all honesty, what does that cost? It's your fucking avatars. You can wave to the camera. Like, it's ridiculous. It was, to me, that is user interface. Not what they're doing today. It's unfortunate. The fucking blueprint was there. You had the best of both worlds. Great games and a great user interface.
Great.
And it's gone.
Social aspects. Social aspects, man. When I get on my Xbox, it's fucking 6 buttons to start a party. You know, back on the 360, I used to press the middle button, go down my friends list, and then hit the asshole I wanted to talk to, invite the party. Fucking 2, 3 clicks. Now it's like, oh, you gotta hit the button, you gotta go over, you gotta start the party. Then you gotta, Sony did it too with the PS5. The PS5's worse. It's worse because with the PS5, because I'm hooked up to a Dolby Atmos surround sound, I have to change audio settings. I have to go into my audio settings to change shit to talk to some asshole in a party chat. That's why I don't use my PS5 to talk to people anymore. I just get on Discord because fuck it. I'm too old.
Discord's the place to go.
He said
Oh yeah, that's
said,
why it's on every console except Nintendo. Dude, get on this shit. Come on.
Nintendo don't need to. That's the thing.
Yeah,
It's true. It's true. But Bluetooth compatibility for headphones needs to be a thing at launch there, Nintendo. That was a missed opportunity.
that's a hard miss because you could like put in some Apple earbuds or whatever the fuck. Your fucking
They have
what were
fucking
they called? The
Bluetooth
Ray-Bans?
controllers. Like,
Yeah. I'm wondering because the Bluetooth controllers, if it would not make any sense because the 360 I had a Bluetooth Modern Warfare 3 headset with a Bluetooth fucking controller. The Modern Warfare 3, dude, I was rocking Modern Warfare 3 now that I think about it. Like, I was pimping.
Where did we get this technology from? Is the question, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, dude.
Transformers.
Yeah, Rob. Fuck. God damn, you stole it right from me. That's what I was going full circle.
The
I
Transmorphers.
was going full circle. That's where I was going. Holy shit.
Full fucking circle.
Okay,
Shit.
real quick before we end it. Age of Extinction was one of the biggest pieces of shit I have ever seen. And I am so glad Michael Bay isn't making movies anymore. Why wasn't he shot sooner? I don't understand.
He was making
You need
billions
to
of dollars.
understand something. Transformers Age of Extinction
Son,
is the physical manifestation of Jar Jar Binks.
but you're telling me there's worse?
Everything was done wrong in that movie, and it made $1 billion. It was the most profitable movie of 2014, the most successful movie of 2014. It was Jar Jar Binks.
Listen, and like I said last night, we're doing it again with the Monsterverse.
No, we're not. See, because the Monsterverse is doing it better.
They're
doing it better.
We'll see
Look,
where it goes.
You can hate. Here's the deal.
Oh no.
When the Monsterverse first came out, everybody was like, "Oh shit, okay, yeah, you know that's Godzilla." Don't matter. When Godzilla, the movie is called Godzilla. When Godzilla appeared, don't matter how long he was there. Oh, that's Godzilla. When the Transformers appeared, they was like, "What the fuck is this?" There was one sequence, and that's in the very beginning. When Onslaught comes down and he just blows up the fucking the fucking army base. Okay, here we're locked in, and then Lockdown and Bumblebee starts chasing each other, and I'm like, and then Jazz gets ripped apart, and I'm like, what did they do to my favorite Transformer?
Oh no, it's terrible.
I want to.
You want to
Listen.
piece me? No, I want to. Oh God.
I to say it. Apparently the leaks were right when I was saying in the 6-hour-long podcast GXK, where the rumor was Shimu helped Godzilla beat Ghidorah. Apparently that's in the novelization. Shimu helped Godzilla defeat Ghidorah.
How?
I don't know. Talk to Drew. I sat there and fought with him about it last night and how that's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard.
The
And I
novelization.
swear to God, stop making these now, if that's true.
Wait, where's the novelization? Did that come out yet? Oh shit,
Yeah.
it's the 19th. Fuck, I didn't pre-order it. Okay, all right, that's
Let's
on
go to
it.
Barnes and Noble, dude.
Fuck that. That's too far. I just ordered from Amazon. It comes right to my house.
Oh yeah, that too. Ladies and gentlemen, the death of physical media and going to the store starts with
Kindle.
yes.
No, but shit, yeah, that's where I was going. Technology, where does it come from? Look at this. It comes from the Transformers. They've been here since 1984. They ain't going nowhere. Apparently, we're starting back at 1.
Oh god.
But I do digress. I wouldn't take my children to see it, even though my daughter's 20. And I say, you want to watch this? And she'll go, no. And I'll go, good call. It's going to be one of those movies. Yeah. It's going to be one of those movies that pops up on my service, okay? That's not available to everybody. And I'll say, all right, now I'll give it a shot. And I'll watch it, right? And I'll watch it there. Because this is not coming out on Paramount Plus the way I watched Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, which again, what the fuck? And that's just the old school purist in me. And that is a fucking thing that makes me mad, that when I say old school purist, people look at it as a fucking a slur against humanity. It's not. It just means I was there when it happened for the first time. And why the fuck are we changing it? And I get why, but why is it so drastic? And why do you want me to conform and like it? That don't make sense. So stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. The animation's beautiful, but it could have been better had it been told, like Rob said, in a certain trilogy. Or like JR said, the games. Or like I said, continue the fucking G1. For the love of God, that's what we want. But that'll do it here right now for this edition of the Livestream Geek Out. It's not a Godzilla block party. We didn't even talk Godzilla, just a brief bit. But JR, thank you, brother, for joining.
I want Batman's ass!
Yeah, I'm glad that didn't show up the way it didn't come through the way it should have, but
Listen, I whooped Batman's ass.
son
Okay.
of a
let's
bitch.
just-
Yo, Rob, thank you, brother, for staying up as late as you have stayed up and hanging out.
Absolutely. It's always a fun time hanging out, and I ain't even tired, so we'll continue to hang out after this.
After the party, it's the after party. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for this episode of the G Show live stream. This has been the Geek Out. I have been G. I am G when I'm not have been. That's like calling for my death. And listen,